Martin, thanks so much for joining me. We're at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What a place this is.
Yeah, unbelievable. The last time I was here, we played Tottenham when I was at Manchester United. And we won the game, but yeah, the occasion, the atmosphere that day was, I think there was near enough 30,000 in here. Lovely pitch, really nice stadium. And just a nice feeling to be able to step out now as the head coach of the club and be able to represent the club in the right way, but hopefully the players and the fans can enjoy a really good game.
You've been the Spurs Women manager now for 7 months. Talk us through the journey and how it's been for you.
Yeah, I think when you first come in, you're a little bit maybe overwhelmed by the size of the club, the history, the direction the club's going in, and the support the owners and the wider leadership team give this club. And then you want to make sure that you can leave a good mark on it in terms of in the initial phase to make sure you can build a team that's successful and sustainable over the season. And we know we've started to do that. There's still a lot of work to do, and I think I've found my feet a lot more now. The first 3 or 4 months was probably trying to understand a lot of the processes and a lot of the players as individuals, and then away from that now trying to establish more performance-based and strategies in place to enable us to move forward, not just on the pitch but off it. So I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It's totally different in terms of management when you're sitting in the hot seat compared to being an assistant, but I like the pressure and the challenge, so I'm excited for what's ahead.
How would you describe this season so far, sitting 5th in the WSL?
Yeah, I think we've took a lot of steps. I think we've progressed, and the idea this year was to build a DNA and an identity the club, the fans and everyone can connect with, something that can be unique and is easily identified by the club and its fans. And I think we've started to put that framework in place and the foundations for that to be long-term success, not just short-term. And now where we are, I think it's deservedly so based on performances and what we've done. But we know there's lots of areas that we want to be better. I know why the fans will want us to be better in certain areas, and the club will want us to be. And every single day we're working hard to put those things right. You can't just flip a coin and expect things to change overnight and you become this kind of winning team that wins every trophy. It takes a lot of time to do that, and no one's delusional to that, including me. And that's going to take a lot of hard work. And if we give ourselves the best opportunity to build this club and build this kind of team over the next 3-4 years, I think we can be competitive.
You've spoken quite often about being backed by the board here, and they speak a lot about ambition. What is the aim for you this season?
Yeah, the aim is to be competitive in every competition. That's league, cups, and I think we showed that definitely in the Subway Cup, where we pushed all the way through, and we pushed United all the way through that game, and probably unfortunate not to come out with it after leading the game. And then again in the league, we've tried to be consistent and really show what we're about as a team, and not really change anything for any opposition, and focus on ourselves. And the ambition is to be competitive all this season and be better than we was last year, and I think we've showed that. And you have to do that, and you have to take small steps and build blocks to get to where you want to be, and we've done that now over this period. But we know that this second part of the season is probably the one that's only remembered. Anything before Christmas is usually forgotten. So you have to look at the second part of the season. I know there's been maybe at times some performances that haven't been great in previous years, and I want to make sure that we're not a team that just pushes the first part of the season, not the second. And to be a top team and a world-class team and a successful team, which is what the club wants, is you have to have that consistency throughout the season.
What would be a successful season for you?
Building a clear identity that everyone, when they watch us, they're excited, and you can see that's a Tottenham team. We have the right values and beliefs and principles about us as individuals and as a collective team, as staff and players, not just the players. And then we represent the club and the badge in the right way, with pride, with passion, with desire, and we're brave when we do things. And then actually trying to finish as high as we can up the table to build confidence and momentum and build the belief within the fan base, within the club, that if we are in terms of in the right space and collectively, and we continually invest in resource, facility and the playing squad, that we can be a real team that actually a lot of top players want to come to and want to be a part of, and this journey can take us wherever we want it to go.
Martin, talk to me about some of your January window signings, because the Spurs Women have had a fantastic window in terms of young talent and experienced players as well.
Yeah, I think you need to get a blend of both. You need experience and you need some younger players, and I think working with younger players, their development is important to me, and it's players that I really enjoy working with, as well as the experienced ones, because I feel younger players play with no fear, they're brave, they play with no kind of pressure on their shoulders, and some of the experienced ones can then guide them in terms of with maybe the moments or situations they've been in and some of the experiences they've had here or at other clubs, which has helped shape the team into a really nice blend. And we've just tried to get the balance right with that. And we've got some players in with experiences from the Champions League and European football, but also from different continents, different countries, because I think that's also important because they bring different skill sets, if that's from a physical or a technical standpoint, but also tactical standpoint. So you're trying to find the right blend, but it's got to be the right individual for this team that helps us evolve and be better. It's not someone just to come in and take part, but along with that you want to make sure you've got the depth in your squad that you can be competitive every single week, and that you have the opportunity to change the game if you need to, but you can also add flexibility and competition to the group.
It's been a good season so far. What has been your personal highlight?
A lot of it, if I'm honest. I think playing here will definitely be a highlight for the team, and for me as a head coach for the first time to lead the team out here this season. And then I want to make sure that, I think the biggest one for me when we've had Brisbane Road full, I think that was important against Arsenal. And now you want to make sure that you continually not just impact on the pitch, Chris, but also off it. I think if you look at the connection we have with the local community and the fan base, I think that's infectious for future success. That we actually understand and appreciate the people around us that pay to come and watch us. We understand what it means to the fans and the club in terms of representing this wonderful football club, and anything we do away from the pitch, I think is a really proud thing for me, where I see the players connecting with the community. I think that's a really big thing for me for this year, because that will only help us moving forward.
Over this last 7 months since you've been appointed, what have you learnt most about this group?
There's a lot of resilience, a lot of passion, a lot of desire. There's a big willingness and a work ethic that is infectious, that when one person sees someone doing something, they continue to do it, and it builds. And we've now got a mentality, I feel, that in the group, that even if we go behind, we actually feel we can come back into games, or if we're level in a game, we feel we'll still go and win the game and we'll push it. And there's a mentality to always be brave and be attacking based, but there's also resilience and a defensive edge that you need to be able to sustain performance, but also keep clean sheets.
How impressed have you been with the attitude and commitment of the players this season? Yeah,
a lot, because it takes a lot from where they was to where they are now. Change can also for people be difficult and can be different. When it's a new playing style, new processes, new environment, new culture, new way of working, it can sometimes be difficult for people, and I feel the players have embraced it, the staff have definitely embraced it, and it'll take time for it to really settle in and everyone start to really push it and grow it. But I feel we've evolved a lot, and the staff and players, their commitment and hard work is second to none. I can't ask any more, and all I'm trying to do is mirror those behaviours day in, day out, and trying to push the playing group to be better every day. And you probably see that in my passion and my desire from the side of the pitch. I kick and head every ball with them, and the players know it comes from a good space, which is the most important part. I'm always trying to find that extra edge in them, try and find that extra 10% in some of them when maybe they don't have the confidence and belief, or we're in a game where we're on the back foot. How can I bring something out of someone slightly different? But they've given me everything, and I have a wonderful group of players and staff, and I can't ask for any more.
With the culture that you're trying to build here, is it now established?
Yeah, your culture's constantly evolving and constantly developing, and there'll be changes to that along the way that you have to adapt to and you have to adhere to. And it's making sure that we build a mentality on resilience and grit, and we've done that. I think we're harder to beat. But we also got to build a culture based on high standard, high belief, high motivation, but also a lot of the values of this club, on what we believe in, and being respectful and making sure we're punctual with what we do. But we've got to make sure that moving forward as a team we can be more ruthless, and as a club as you want to be ruthless, you want to respect your opponent, which we always do, but we need to be ruthless to take moments, and we have to focus on ourselves, not anybody else. But I think the culture is going to continually evolve, and I want to make sure that we're a team that when people turn up here or they turn up at Brisbane Road, that we're a team to be reckoned with.
What area, either on or off the pitch, are you looking to focus and improve next?
Yeah, I'll be constantly evolving the resource, the facility and the infrastructure of this club, because there's also always processes and maybe standards you want to be better with, whether that's playing, whether that's staffing off the pitch, if that's players off the pitch, if that's, as I said, facility and resource to make sure that we can be high performing every single year. So there's always some small parts, and I'm never a person who's always ever happy with anything, even if we win or everything's right. I'm always pushing for more, because I believe the more we can lift the levels, I think I always say to the players players and I say to my staff, when you're on top of your game, change your game. And if we can always do that and not be comfortable, being uncomfortable is actually a good thing. And I want to make sure that we're always in a place where we're just a little bit uncomfortable, where we can perform at the top level, but we make sure that we push the boundaries in women's sport to make sure we can succeed.
Martin, of course, we know you're Spurs Women manager. Tell us some interesting facts about you that people don't know.
You maybe know from my surname, I've got Chinese heritage in terms of in my family. Really bad OCD for absolutely everything, whether that's at home, whether that's in work. Want perfection but never can find it. Yeah, and they're probably the biggest things, but very family orientated and totally a different person off the pitch, and that's probably something people don't see probably a lot. Is on the pitch and at training I'm very kind of energetic and I've got a lot of buzz about me and I'm really passionate what I do, but then away from the pitch I'm really relaxed and calm and enjoy time to switch off, see family, see friends, and be a lot more relaxed than people probably don't think that, but yeah, away from the pitch I'm a lot more chilled.
Martin, the fans, let's talk about the fans. How important and how good have they been for you this season?
Yeah, outstanding. We've had to earn the right, Chris. You have to earn the right to get people to watch the games, because you have to. You can't just be a given that people are going to turn up and watch. You have to want people to come and watch you. You have to excite them so they come back. You have to have people on the edge of the seats. You have to have tight games at times where people actually go, do you know what, it'd be good to come and watch this game. And I think they've come out away from home and at home. We've had such good following, and you want to continually build that. But I keep saying to the players, if we want people to watch us, we have to be exciting. We have to be hard to beat. We have to have the right values. We have to wear the shirt with pride and with respect. And any time we wear that, it's got to be everything's all in. And I think the fans have given us absolutely everything, and I want them to continue to do that. If we can build a strong relationship and connection with them, I believe it can be a really tough place when we're home or away. And I think even at West Ham on the weekend, we heard that from start to finish. The noise from the stand that pulls us through in moments. You hear when the goal goes in, we're louder than them from when they score. So yeah, I know the following's strong, and I want to continue to build that relationship.
How important is it that fans turn up here on Sunday, support the team, and you get a result against Chelsea? And what kind of game are you expecting? Yeah,
a really tough one, and anyone can look at the results that maybe Chelsea have had over the past two games, but that's against the really two top opposition, and those games can go either way. And I want the fans to come out and support the players. I think the way they're performing now and the kind of grit and determination and passion they're showing for this club, people coming out and supporting them, I think will bring another level out of us. You'll see that extra 10 or 15 yards go, and you'll see people giving that extra 10 or 15% when you've got people shouting for you from the side. And these players respect the club a lot and give everything for the club and know what it means. And I think they deserve the opportunity to have fans here coming to watch them on a continuous basis. And while the stadium's the way it is and it's a unique and authentic place, we want to make sure that we can get as many fans to this game as we can.
Martin, how important is the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium going to be for you in the run-in until the end of the season? Because there's 8 games in the WSL left, 3 of them will take place here. How important will this place be? Yeah, very important. And if we want this to be a place for us for the future and to have more games here, you want to make sure that when we come here, we put in performance that justifies us being here and gives us the opportunity and credibility to be here. And also in the grand scheme of things, playing at this stadium is what we want as a team, and the club are well behind that, and the leadership and owners are well behind that of doing that. But by doing that, we have to make sure when we're playing here now, because we're not Brisbane Road till I think May, we have to make sure that when we come here, we put on a spectacle here for fans to come and watch. And the biggest thing, as I keep saying, Chris, is making sure that we wear this badge and this shirt with pride. How proud would you be to achieve Champions League football in the first season at Spurs?
I think anyone who's in my position, who is in my job, who's been a Tottenham manager before, would want to have Champions League football here and European football at this club, because this club deserves to be there. And if we achieve that, then brilliant. And we just need to make sure that all we can control, though, is if we look too far ahead, we look at what's in front of us now. And the only game we've got in front of us now is Chelsea at the stadium, and we want to make sure that we go into that game with full control and full performance in mind. And if we do that, we give ourselves the best chance of winning the game. But whatever the results and performances we have now until the end of the season, if that puts us in that position, then brilliant. But usually our performances dictate that.
Martin, lastly, how excited are you by the future of you at Tottenham?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think my future is determined by the work I put in and my staff put in, and I have to lead with the right behaviours, the right mentality, and I have to make sure that off the pitch we're growing as an infrastructure. On the pitch we're growing in terms of in stature and in mentality and in obviously a tactical awareness. And if we do that, we give ourselves the best chance. But the development of this group and my development as a coach and my kind of impact and infectious kind kind of standards on the staff will determine how far we go. We have to make sure we provide them with the right support, but I have to make sure I motivate those staff and players every day to be the best they can be.
Thank you so much, and best of luck for Sunday.
Thank you.